went outside to go record my video and it's literally raining. And we're going to switch up today's topic because of that. Have you ever gone outside to go have a picnic and it literally rained while you were setting it up or on your way there? It reminds me of Under 3000's like lyrics. He said, "You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather." And so, ironically, yesterday I shared here on my channel. If you haven't watched that video, watch it. But I shared that it's exactly 11 Fridays for my next birthday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I was sharing my goals. I have some goals. And I was sharing the goals, and I've been planning for this prior to me actually putting that video out. But you can do all the planning you want. You don't know the conditions you're going to be going through in order for that picnic to unfold and unravel. Before we continue today's video, I need your help. I am growing this YouTube channel, and I would truly appreciate it if you would just simply subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And if you're new here, my name is Spivey J, and on my channel, I talk about mastering your mind so that you can transform your life so that we all can get more fulfillment out of this life. So please, please like, share, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. All right, back to today's video. This is where your plans could either go to or this is where your plans can go even better, more legit. You should not even be married to the outcomes. So what? I have my external goals, but the only thing I have true full control over is what I put out. So I have a theory, I have a hypothesis that if I continue putting out long form videos, adding community posts and shorts and whatever XYZ, then I could reach my subscriber count goal, which will lead to me reaching my email newsletter goal, which will lead to me reaching my sales goal. I will make sure that I spend about 10 hours a week on a hobby that's non-monetized, non-related, something that I simply enjoy. Okay. Those are literally the only outputs, in the back end that I can control. And so I want to talk to my procrastinators for today's video. My fellow procrastinators, you probably have been unconsciously using procrastinating and waiting to the last minute so that you can have and maintain some level of control over what it is you want. And the reason you want control is because you're not comfortable just letting go. You're not comfortable letting something else predicate the outcome that you so want to be what you desire. And the reason a procrastinator successfully continues procrastinating is because they successfully continue procrastinating and they get the thing done last minute. We get the thing done last minute. And the only thing we feel that we lost was just those last minutes where we had to hyper focus and get through whatever it is we set out to do. But there's a mental load. There's a lot of programming. There's a lot of things in the background that's actually more harmful than you have been giving credit to because you are successful. You've been successful with procrastinating. So you're thinking, why should I change? Well, you're not going to always be able to predict the weather. You're not going to be able to wait till 8 p.m. to record today's video and choose the weather or choose the fact that there's some type of animal out there. Because if you're new here, I normally record outside and I'm getting attacked by birds. I've seen a possum. I've seen a raccoon, a whole deer family, dogs running away from dogs, like running away from cats. It's a whole zootopia out there, but no. And so today it rained and I was like, I'm not going out there. So the point is I waited to the last minute and now I have to deal with the consequences of that poor planning. And that's just when you're a procrastinator and you've adjusted to the potentiality of these type of situations, you're able to figure things out. You're able to problem solve. So you kind of reinforce the feedback that I'm good at this, so I'm going to continue this. But to be honest, I don't want to do this anymore. And the only thing I can control is what I put in. So back to the picnic example, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather, meaning I can prepare the food, have a nice blanket, but if it rains outside, we either going to be out there with wet food and a wet blanket, or we can change the location. And that's theoretically. You can do it another time, Or you can take advantage of the moment, seize the opportunity to do something even more courageous, just indoors or under shelter. Whatever the case is, you have to make the best of what you can do because you can't control what you literally can't control. But with what you can control, i.e., the time you do it, then you should try your best to give yourself a little break today. Instead of trying to win the whole day, work on winning a micro step. Work on one small win. Well, the reason you're procrastinating is likely because what you have to do seems to be this big feat. So instead of me saying, stop doing that, get it together, no, I'm just going to advise any of my fellow procrastinators to just try to get one thing off that task list done. Just one. Get one thing done and time yourself just to see how long does it really take. That is the data necessary for you to realize what you were putting off doesn't even take that long. And now you can do something else, whether that's relax or something else on your task list. That's completely up to you. But I challenge you to just knock off one thing, get it done now instead of waiting to the last minute, and that be your win. Once you do that over and over again, it will slowly churn a habit of you just getting things done in a timely manner. But if you've been a professional, seasoned procrastinator, it's not going to happen overnight. There are things that I do ahead of time, like for the last 3 videos, I pre-recorded them. And then there are things where I do last minute, like today. So I go on highs, I go on lows. I am a recovering procrastinator. I no longer want that to be a part of my personality. I no longer want that to be a part of my habit. Do I have access to it when it's necessary, when a flight is canceled last minute and we have to figure out how to get back from this continent to that continent so that we can make it in time for XYZ conference? Absolutely. I'm going to tap into that capability for those type of emergency situations. But okay, it's not really emergency, but those type of last minute situations. But for the most part of my life, I don't actually need that stress, and neither do you. If you are building a rich life on purpose, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, we have to lead with more intent in our life. And having control over your time by procrastinating is affecting you more than it's helping you to build that momentum that you're looking for. And I truly believe that if we strive for just small micro steps instead of trying to win the day, win the whole thing, win the whole day, then we'll be more successful in the long stretch than trying to win a whole day once a week. Does that make sense? Win a whole day once a month. Does that make sense? So, for me and for any of my recovering procrastinators who want to eliminate that until it's necessary for your personality, let's put up one thing. Let's finish one thing today. So, in addition to this video going up today, same day I'm recording, this video is going up. I have something else that I've been working on that I also want to upload to YouTube, and it's a productivity timer. And I've been using it, but I didn't have the correct music that I wanted to put out with it. And it's been created. I use it myself, and essentially it's 99 minutes. And I talked about this in another video, but you spend the first few minutes just preparing for what you're about to focus on. Then for 30 minutes, you focus. Now, technically, you could stop the timer there, but then but if you continue, you do a 3-minute break, stretch. I exercise. It's like what I used to teach in China, and it was like between classes. So in high school, they didn't change classes. The teacher changed the class. So I was a teacher at Shenzhen Weiguo Yushui Shao in Yantian in Shenzhen, China. And so it's a really good school. If you don't know, you know. Basically, it's a really good school. And so, but I found it interesting that the teachers moved. And I was like, man, that makes so much sense. The teachers moved class to class. So instead of changing classes, they would stay in the same class. Like in the United States, like we changed classes, the teachers stayed in their own classroom. Anyways, I say that to say, during the time when the teachers are changing their classes to every like other class, or there's a countdown on the speaker on the intercom. That's what it's called. Counting 1、2、3、4、5、6、7。And what the students are doing, they were exercising their eyes and doing this stuff. And I was just like, yo, everything is so thoughtful here. Like, I ain't never seen that. They never cared about our eyes. They never cared about our eyes. So they're doing eye exercises anyways. back to the productivity timer and what this has to do with that. It's basically 30 minutes and then a 3-minute break. That's a good time if you are using devices to exercise your eyes because the blue light does affect you. Drink some water, get you some water, but be back in 3 minutes because the next 30 minutes, the next 30-minute productivity block begins. And then you have another 3-minute break where, again, eye exercises, relaxing your eyes, using the bathroom, drinking, whatever you have to do for those 3 minutes. And then back for your final 30-minute productivity block. All right. And then the final 3 minutes are just you reflecting on everything you've done, crossing off your task list, whatever like that. And I found this to be really helpful in keeping me organized, at least most of the time. And so, anyways, so that's my one thing that I'm doing. I've been holding off on uploading it to my channel. So what you'll see is you'll see this video and then I'll also create a playlist for the productivity timer to go on. And I plan to do more because I really think those are helpful. And like I said, it's for 99 minutes. But at the end of the day, if you only need it for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, do what you need to do. But most importantly, do it. Okay. So we are no longer going to be identifying with the procrastinating part of our personality because our goal is to simply make one small step for mankind. One small step at a time. As we are consistent with that habit over time, it will slowly allow our bodies to know that it's safe to not control everything. It's safe to physically not be in control, mentally and emotionally to not be in control. So that when we are working ahead of time, we don't stop because we have so much time left that we can relax, but instead we maximize on the current present moment because our body and our nervous system now knows that it's safe. See, all of this is all the procrastinating, overthinking, all the things that I talk about. It's all related to like your homeostasis. So if you think about like your body, you have a set thermostat. That thermostat is the temperature that your body is averaging at. That's your average income, your average your average habits, your average like daily life and like total worldview in the average. When you go above and the thermostat goes up and you're getting hot, you're sizzling because you're working towards something that you want to go, your body is freaking out and is looking for ways to stop you because it feels that it's in danger and is going to use an excuse that is powerful enough for you to stop. Now, this is all like emotional neuroscience, mind body connection, but it's successful at that because your brain is a older operating system. And at the same time, though, it's an older operating system, but it has the adaptability to be programmed however you want it. So you actually have all of the control over the procrastinating. You have the control over whether or not you procrastinate. You have the control over not the weather, but the picnic you plan. You don't have control over the weather, but you do have control over the planned picnic. So what does that mean? Maybe you do an indoor picnic. You change the location. Maybe you postpone. Maybe you find another creative way to still execute on your lovely idea and enjoy the weather. Because there's nothing wrong with rain. We need all of it. Sunshine, rain, cloudy. We need it all. Right? So it's just a different way to embody newness while also slowly taking our subconscious to the new levels so that it knows that it's safe. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. You know what's so funny about personal development? You're going to get so far in your journey and you're going to think like, yeah, like this thing gonna stick. And then something could happen that you didn't plan or obviously you didn't plan it, but something could happen and you're going to automatically want to revert back to what kept you safe. You're going to want to disappear. You're going to want to do something so that you can feel some level of control. The reason you want to take everything in mini steps is because you're going to slowly train yourself and slowly develop yourself to know that if and when unknown surprises occur, because they will, such as life. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat everything. When they do arrive, though, you have the capacity to overcome it. You have the capacity to get back to your new homeostasis. You have the capacity to forgive, forego, renew, whatever, restore whatever is necessary so that you can keep moving and grooving. All right. If you are ready to build more momentum in your life, be sure to click the links in the descriptions. And if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I am currently growing this YouTube channel and I need your help. Click the links out in the description if you are ready to build more momentum in your life. But yeah, let me know, where are you? Are you a recovering procrastinator? What's your favorite way that you have or are attempting to overcome your procrastination? I would love to talk to you in the comments. Please talk back. Like, I don't bite. I want to talk to y'all. So let me know what you're thinking, and you never know, what you contribute could be exactly what someone else needs. We're building community here. All right. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Aspivy J, and I truly do hope you have a beautiful day. All right. Peace. You're beautiful. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. I literally forgot the point I was about to make. Oh my God. What was I about to say? So, anyways, I'm about to press pause because I don't know what point I was about to make a good point. Let's see. Okay, I know what I was about to say. So, anyways.